Hello. Hi there, my name is Bruce Rain from Breakers Creations and welcome to this live stream part 6 in my SE30 repair series. Obviously a lot has happened between part 5 and part 6 in that now that the thing actually boots. And I apologise that people didn't actually get to see that live, but as is often the case with this stuff, there are times where I'm just I sit here and I knuckle down and I work my way through things a little bit at a time. And then, I have a little moment of victory and it's like, geez, I wish I was live streaming when that happened, but that's just how it goes. Hello to Jay from the House of Moth. Oh, sorry, I'm starting a little bit late today, but just wasn't particularly organised this morning. So, yeah. And I was going to be down here doing this anyway, so I thought, well, I may as well live stream it, even if I'm only live streaming to a few lucky people. Couple of things. I have finally got around to reprinting, 3D printing, my replacement stand after I broke my earlier stand when I was demonstrating to Jay how to put the stand on the printer without breaking the stand. While I was demonstrating that, I broke the stand. But one good thing did come from that, and I did figure out a really good way to get this stand onto the multimeter. So yeah, so there we go. That's a very, very important thing. I got some new multimeter leads for my Fluke because the other ones were getting a bit dull, so I got ones that are a little bit pointier on the end. And I bought some more solder wick, and I made this. Oh yeah, just calm down. It's a little bit far away. Just excuse me a moment. I made a replacement extension cable for the little power cable, or the little umbilical cable that comes out of the SE, SE30 Classic 2. So they will have the same sort of plug on them. So now I've got one that I can actually really extend so I can have a thing sitting some distance away while I work on it, and it's all fine. My other one was falling apart, as you have probably seen if you have been watching the series. And this one, of course, I have... I made it myself using my own quality wire, so I expect it to last a lifetime. And I'll probably make a few more, actually, because I bought a whole bunch of the plugs and sockets for these. So, because I've just found that I always need 2 of things, because I lose things all the time. Okay, so hello to Jay from the House of Moth, who has had a very, very busy and tiring day, so we may lose him. Jack68K, hello there. Joe Williams, hello. Pretzel FTW and Gut Bomb, hello. So just a little quick recap. If anyone hasn't seen the part 5.5, I did actually record the process that I went through to try to get this thing up and running, and it basically was just one busted trace. That was it. We're still not home free. We have got lots and lots of problems. The real-time clock is failing. The PRAM is failing, which of course the two are related because they're all in the same chip. What else? The SCSI fails. There was something else as well. RAM test fails. So, even though I was able to get it to boot, and I used a floppy EMU, using a floppy drive image with System 608 on it, and a copy of Snooper. So just ran the Snooper checks on it. I haven't run a serial port check on it, because I didn't have the little serial port, what do you call it? What do they call those things? Little plug, I can't remember. There's a word for it, but I can't think of it. So I will test the serial a little bit later on. Now, because we have these failures all over the board, the RAM test doesn't fail. Loopback, that's the word. Thank you very much, Joe. Dongle is also a good word, but it's not the right one. But yes, loopback is the correct word. So, because we have this kind of fairly epic failure that's happening on a whole series of areas, my general feeling is that it's probably a connection failure, either like CPU or the glue chip or something like that. But I sort of feel like my best course of action is just to continue doing what I was doing before. And that is, I have a little printout of the front and the back of the board. I did this so that I can mark things off as I go. And if you have a look at this, you probably can't see it terribly well, but we'll just change to the top view here real quickly. If you have a look at this, I have you've got all of these holes here which look really kind of a bit scungy, and all of these holes has the potential to have a breakdown somewhere inside that via. So a via basically just links between layers, and it might just link from the front to the back, but it might also link to an inner layer. And we do know that on the SE30, a lot of these vias link to data layers and address layers inside the board. So I've basically, you can see I've gone through and I've crossed these all off. The problem that I had was actually in, can't remember which one. Was it this was it this one? No, I think it was that one. It was that one, number 9 there, right there. That was the one that I actually had the problem with. So so anyhow, what I basically now need to do is just keep working my way through all of these ugly holes until I find one that has a, you know, that is the cause of our problems. Yeah. And then, of course, what we may end up doing is just going and looking at something like the glue chip and just working our way around it for every single pin and making sure it goes everywhere. It's very, very time consuming and tedious, and I do apologise. But that's just how it goes. You know, there is a lot we know works on the thing, but we still have to find the thing that does not work. We could, of course, look at the schematic and sort of say, oh, okay, well, if SCSI's not working, let's go here to the page on SCSI. And try and find what's common. Find some commonalities between SCSI, that's the SCSI chip there, no, that's the SCSI chip there, and some of the other things. So we've got the swim chip. Well, you know, if we had a problem with the swim chip, I would expect that we'd probably be having problems with the floppy as well, would we not? I could be wrong, because I mean, there's the floppy there, yep. So probably not. There's address lines and data lines going through there. So SCSI chip. Yeah, that's the SCSI chip there. That's the connector. So just ignore me. I mean, you know, we've got these address lines and data lines. I don't know. And of course, the really interesting thing is that when I try, hello, other Joe. Also the the Born identity. Yeah, I don't think it's them. I don't think they would be impacting the systems that are being impacted here at the moment. And of course, all these ones are all okay, all these ones, but yeah. So anyhow. So yeah, as I say, what we've basically got in terms of failures, we've got clock chip, RAM failure, SCSI failure. Yeah. So we just have to keep on keeping on, my friends. There's the glue chip. Yep. I mean, it just feels like it's got to be something to do with the glue chip, because the glue chip is just so common to everything, you know. It's everywhere all at once. Anyhow. So, what do we do next? Now, I did mention that none of these ROM sims work. These ones here. What's on the camera? Oh my God, a spider.